Robbie and Zach O.
Their pressure, their blitz package, what was it that they were doing that was so impactful?
They brought some good blitzes and timed it up well, and just had some good plays called and executed better.
Zach O, then Zach B.
I guess, are there things, and I recognize first drive sometimes can have some script to them, can be a little bit more sequenced, but are there some things you can point to on that first drive in the first half where you scored the touchdown that you just kind of couldn't repeat as the game wore on offensively?
I think we just executed a lot better, and at a higher level that first drive, and we're able to take advantage of the looks and the plays that we had, and then we just didn't execute down the stretch or after that as well as we want to. And in games like this, you have to.
Zach O on your right, then Zach B. Or, sorry, Zach, then Jack.
Curtis over here, what was kind of making those blitzes so successful for Ohio State? They were disguising it well. What was it?
I mean, it's all stuff that we've seen before. I got to do a better job of recognizing them and be able to know where to go with the ball. And then as an offense, just be able to just learn from the game like this, make sure it doesn't happen in the future.
Second row, Jack, and then Seth.
Yeah, Curtis, obviously, first loss of the season, but still a lot to play for. What's kind of your message as a leader, moving forward with, the one more regular season game and whatever after that?
Yeah, I mean, a loss is never fun, but the good news is that we got a game next week. It's a big game, rivalry game, and so, take 24 hours and then just get ready for it.
Goes Seth in the front, and then Daniel.
Yeah, Curtis, just some of the uncharacteristic mistakes that you guys made today. How frustrating is that to have that happen after you were able to avoid so much of that up until now?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be close to perfect in order to be a team like this, and we're going to have a chance to play a lot of similar teams like this, and so knowing that we can't have these mistakes and we got to be on our game for the whole game, it's a good learning opportunity, but you got to be able to move on now and not have any more learning opportunities.
Daniel, then Rich.
Was there anything within the mistakes that almost surprised you? Just kind of how old of a roster it is, in your opinion?
I wouldn't think so. I think it's just attention to detail. I always look at myself, knowing that some plays I want to have back, some throws I need to have, in order for this team to move the ball down the field. There's a lot of opportunities that I'm upset at myself and knowing that it won't happen again, because those are mistakes that can't continue, especially in this time of the season.
So Rick, then Matt.
Yeah, when they're bringing the pressure that they did, and they caused you to fumble once, and there were a number of other sacks, are there parts of the offense that you guys have to junk and not use because the line wasn't able to hold up?
I don't think so. You just got to trust that moving forward, we're gonna handle it. I wholeheartedly trust the whole offensive line, tight ends, receiver groups, and running backs, and so my mindset doesn't change. That I need to do anything differently because I've been sacked a couple times. Biggest thing is that I got to hold on to the ball even when I'm getting hit. So that's something that I need to work on. It's happened a couple times this year.
We'll go Matt on your right.
Coach mentioned you guys. There were times you were able to run the ball pretty well, but you get a negative play, get a sack or something. I guess how difficult, how frustrating was that you guys would maybe take one step forward and then two steps back, and you're just playing behind the sticks so much?
Yeah, I mean it's hard to win games when you have second and third and long, having to capitalize on those, and so even going back to the Michigan week, we gotta make sure we don't put ourselves in those tough situations because it's hard to win games, like I said, and that's definitely an area of emphasis moving forward.
We have time for two more. Jake.
Go ahead. Just how difficult it was when you guys were repeatedly in those 3rd and 9 situations. It just seemed like every series came out you're facing that same situation.
Yeah, it's tough, especially with the defense that's as talented as they are, and like mentioned, it's difficult to convert on 3rd and long, especially against a good defense. But at the same time, we had opportunities to convert, and we weren't able to, and so that's also pointed at us as well. We're going to be in those situations. We're going to need to be able to capitalize a lot better than we did today.
Last one, Jake, on your left.
Yeah, Curtis, I know this was a tough result today, but do you feel like you guys have done enough this season to show that you are one of the best teams in the country going into last week of the season?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we trust ourselves against anybody, and we look forward to hoping an opportunity to get a rematch at some point. But just knowing that next week is a big game, and we got to go handle Purdue and then move on and take one game at a time.
Great, thanks, Curtis.